A senior Labor source has said that both of the party's factions are now united in wanting Senator Fatima Payman expelled after she crossed the Senate floor to support a Greens urgency motion recognising a Palestinian state. It follows her exclusive interview with Six News, where she said she stood by her decision and said it would not be a one-off gesture. Ivan Lung from Six News partner WAMN News has the very latest.
The senior source basically says that what Fatima has done when it comes to her stance of crossing the floor has united both left and right faction to try to push for an expulsion. Now, this is obviously behind the scenes issues, and of course, they will have a national executive meeting, and we will expect to know whether there will be further discipline. But at this point, right now, technically, it's really just a slap on the wrist. And I said the word slap on the wrist because it's only because Fatima is not able to go to one of the caucus meetings. But that's really it because winter break is coming soon, right? So technically, it will rub off like waters off the duck's back, and next week we'll be back to normal, particularly after the parliamentary break when the storm blows over.
What do they make about how Fatima Payman's responded to all of this? Of course, she did that interview with Six News last night, that exclusive. And I think there was a quote from your source that said she hasn't apologised for what she's done. And we know that a lot of Labor people take caucus solidarity very, very seriously.
Yes, and solidarity is everything, and death is disunity is death in politics. We all heard of that before, and who can't forget the Rudd Gillard years? Now, the thing, based on your interview, it has basically triggered a lot of reaction from the senior sources. Basically, says that the reason is that she has been defiant and she continues to refuse to apologize for misconduct. And she also has broken the tradition within the party, and this should be treated seriously. But this is where it gets even more telling for that sentence. And I quote this: "She is a junior member of the Senate, and her future should be reconsidered." Now, for those of your viewers who have been following your Twitter feed, I think, or so-called X feed, you know what it means. It means that at the end of the day, it could be a high possibility that in the upcoming Senate ticket, when she finishes her term, she won't get a second term or she won't get a winnable spot. It could be possible. So we don't know how it's going to go. But Peter Kennedy reckons something else. Peter Kennedy reckons that at the end of the day, that that Fatima has friends in high places, so therefore she's only given a slap on the wrist. And of course, there are other reasons, and Kennedy will give his full analysis on our Sunday News broadcast exclusively this weekend.
Like everyone else, I'm just awaiting to see what judgment gets passed down. But like I said, I think that I've been holding on to my Labor values throughout this whole entire process, and I believe that there are many people, I'm not alone in this, there are many people not just within this building, but outside in the communities that feel the same way.
So would you, like to stay in the party? Do you hope to stay, regardless of maybe
I've got
some
my Labor
discontent
Party
from others?
values. I still have my Labor Party values, and people not being overly supportive or eager to jump on board won't derail me from continuing to vote with my conscience, but also advocating for this very important cause.
Just quickly, Ivan, does it seem like, based on the people you've been speaking to, that among some Labor members, there's almost a level of anger against Fatima Payman, and especially given what we just discussed, the lack of, you could say, consequences for what she did?
That's clearly the case for some members. For example, Penny Wong, I'm not saying she is, but I'm just saying Penny Wong, she voted against same-sex marriage because she respected the caucus decision, remember? So that's one of the case have been being clearly amplified across all the major media networks. Now, as to what's happening behind the scenes, this has, as I said earlier, united both left and right side of the Labour Party to take action on it. Now, as to whether that will be powerful enough to convince the national executives, we'll find out very, very soon. But when it comes to Senator Payman herself, her career, the source also indicates to me very clearly which I haven't put on the story. But then, having said that, though, the source says that it will be very hard for Senator Payman to get any parliamentary secretary role or even a ministerial role in the future because of this. So basically, effectively, the power brokers reckon that she has basically gave away her future, and she will really just be a senator for a very, very long time without a possibility, or perhaps without a chance in the future of being promoted, let alone having a winnable spot next time in the Senate ticket.